Welcome back, everyone, to this edition of Try Hard Trucking with me, Roll KCV, where I continue to do the best I can with what I've got, which is not a lot of towns, but a whole lot of beautiful snow. That's a pretty scene. Isn't that a pretty scene? That's a pretty scene. I don't mind snow. I live in Minnesota. I gotta not mind snow, but also I am required by state law to complain about the snow. But I don't mind the snow. We are coming across here. We're getting across this little ice path. We are coming over here. We don't have a metal detector. We don't have a big crane. One thing I will say we do have, though, is a couple of new DLC trucks in the garage. If there's one that can carry a metal detector and a big crane, I might pull that one out. Because I know there's new DLC trucks I haven't had a chance to test out yet. So maybe some bonus content. Maybe some bonus content of watching me get over here with a good crane. I don't know. They are pretty good looking trucks, but I haven't tried them yet. I do only use paid DLC vehicle trucks. I think in the description I say what the DLCs are. Maybe I only have it like in the tags. I think it's in the description. Yeah, I just drove over that thing. What of it? I don't care. I'm in the Mastodon, baby. And I think I should, if I haven't, I'd better put it in the YouTube description of the DLCs I'm using, so that people can, if they want to play along at home, you have to break out the bank card and buy some DLC. This way? I flipped last time trying to go around this way, one of these ways. I think this is the way to go here. Yeah, I should have gone around the other way, I think. Oh well. You are back. That's good. I'll make sure I keep up my sarcastic commentary. I'm a sincere person. I would never stoop to sarcastic comedy. Sarcasm and trolls. I would never have anything to do with those people. Sorry, I've got to take another drink here. Oh yes, baby, I was able to take a drink. Let go of the wheel with one hand while I steered with the other one. Okay, this is the weird part. The trail, I think I'm off of what is supposed to be the trail, though. The trail is supposed to be here. Yes, okay. And then I can use this rock to keep me from tipping over. There we go, there we go. Piece of cake. And that tree is in my way. And it's still in my way, but less in my way. That's gonna help. That's gonna help. Oh, I can't imagine trying to go through this whole thing without this Mastodon. It's the only DLC I really recommend, the Mastodon DLC, even though I'm playing with all DLC vehicles. I would not be playing this game now if it wasn't that somebody turned me on to this vehicle, to be quite honest. Now, you see here how the ice is smooth. That part of the ice is not crackly. But getting to that spot it's crackly on all sides, so this truck is going to crackle the ice. And this truck could drive through the crackly ice, which came to shove. But another vehicle, if you're driving a scout vehicle or something, try as best you can to follow the smooth area. And that's something you just have to notice. Nice work, thank you. Now, across this bridge. Come on, baby, you can do it. You can do it. Don't fall up. Clench horn. Now this is a difficult spot because you have to really cut it to the right to avoid the crackly ice. There we go. And that's sitting there because part of my 100% is to clear all the trailers off the map too. Go back and sell them. So that's sitting there because the trailer store is behind me. I can just drag it behind me at some point. I don't think I'm going to need a metal detector because I am playing in quote-unquote easy mode. I'm not playing in hard mode. I think I do have at my disposal, hold on, pour some more soda. I think I do have at my disposal the ability to look at what it is I'm picking up by clicking on it on the map and not needing the metal detector. Otherwise, using the metal detector module, it doesn't even show on your map in hard mode. You have to use the metal detector and get it to beep at you. But we'll see. At least that's the last thing on this map. I think this is the location that introduces the metal detector. When I saw where it was, I had the metal detector enabled and I was able to see where it was on the map before I got anywhere near it. So, and then once I got to it, the metal detector wasn't what I needed to do. I had to actually lift it up with a crane, which was nowhere in the instructions. So I went back to that thing 3 times because I went there with a metal detector and couldn't figure out how to tow it. And because I had the metal detector, I didn't have a crane with me, so I left and was about to go there with a crane, and somebody said, well, you didn't activate the metal detector. And I thought of that too. I go, oh, do I need to activate the metal detector before I can winch to it? Okay, even though I can see it, I need to use the metal detector. So I went out there, used the metal detector, and nothing happened. I still couldn't tow it. And then just as I realized, oh, I do need to crane it, somebody in chat said, oh, you need to get a crane over there. So I just figured that out. So then I went there a 3rd time. And actually I went there a 4th time because I ended up flipping over, so. I went there 3 times legitimately, and then the 4th time I went there just because I left. I think that was nonsense that lasted over 3 hours, over 3 YouTube episodes. It's not too surprising. Oh, wait. Oh, not going that way? What's that way? No, that is nothing place I want to go. Okay. Unless there's pumpkins. I need to smash some more pumpkins. Yes, this is quote unquote easy mode. It's not a new game plus or anything. No mods. I call it easy mode because I'm playing with all DCU vehicles, and also kind of sarcastic because I am sarcastic sometimes. Shout out to all the people that say they need to play in hard mode This is just non-hard mode. Somebody asked me once, what makes it easy mode? I don't see a setting for easy mode. The one setting I'm also using is the very first setting that it's highlighted under game steering mode. It says steering wheel. I'm not actually using a steering wheel, I'm using a controller. But if you read near the very end of that flavor text, it tells you that using a controller will cause it to auto center when you let go. And that's how all driving games are like. When you let go of the wheel, when you let go of the controller centers. So it should act as if the wheel centered. But the game didn't act like that when it first came out, so they added that feature that if you say I'm using a wheel while you're using a controller, it's much easier to actually control the vehicle. Which is nice. With watching videos that like review the game when it came out, there were a lot of complaints about how the steering was broken. I hope they fix the steering. And people said, no, the steering isn't broken. It's the way it's supposed to be. When you let go of the joystick, it's supposed to keep the wheels in the position that you left them. And yada yada, there's some good reasons for it, etc. But if you're playing a driving game with a controller, you're used to it doing one thing. And so having it do something else, even if programmers have good reasons to make it do something else, that doesn't mean the audience will accept it. Oh. And I've never run into a case where I wanted to very delicately move the wheels in a particular direction and keep them in that direction and still let go of the controller. Anyway, so if you have trouble fishtailing, like you're driving down the road fast and you can't keep the wheels straight because you have to turn the stick to the left and then turn the stick to the right and turn the stick to the left, turn it to the right, try to get them perfectly centered, then I would definitely recommend changing that setting. Yeah, that's supposed to be a road, but it's got rocks on it. This is just as good. It's just as good until I tip over somehow. And getting this long trailer someplace is going to be a challenge. Horn. Ah! And brakes. I didn't realize that was a tree I couldn't run over until it was too late. Can I squeeze through here? Sure, kind of, sort of. Good enough. Now, I'm recovering an old World War II airplane. I think that's the dealio. That's the front of this trailer. I watched Wesel on Wheels do this, and he had like multiple parts on this thing. I'm not going to try to do that. He had like the wing balanced on the top of his truck or something. Crazy, man. Yeah, I don't think so. There we go. Now, stop the engine. Where do I have to take this? I only have so much fuel with me, but there is a big fuel carrier there, which I will fill up on my way. I am taking it here, which is probably also a very difficult place to get to, because every place here is a difficult place to get to. Oh, great. This is like, these are terrible roads. Yeah, this is across rocks, slippery rocks. Yeah, that's a no-go. This is just the way back to here, and there's no way to get up there. I seem to remember this being very difficult. I don't remember if it was impossibly difficult. Yes, this slope, no, that's a no-go. We can't go up that slope. Okay. Okay. Don't know the way, don't know the right way. This map, this entire region is kind of unfair in that way. It's hard to know which ways you can and can't go. The roads, it's like a 20-year-old MapQuest map where the roads are not clearly marked out. If you don't know MapQuest, I mean, MapQuest was okay. It was, you know, one of the best mapping programs of its time. But, you know, 20 years ago, they haven't kept up with construction from 20 years ago. I don't think MapQuest is still around. I don't know, maybe they are. I really want to drive something across there. We're gonna go back this way. Going back just the way I came. Until I get to this road. Let's mark points of interest. And then I'm going to go across here, which is an icy path. And somehow up here, even though that might also be an icy path. And I don't know if that's something I can go across. I think it's probably better to go across here. Because this is supposed to be nice and clear. It looks nice and clear. Something like that. Let's hope. I mean, keep in mind, I got a big heavy trailer with me. I'm not going to be able to go up an icy road. This vehicle does not have chains. And I'm not going to be able to unlock the second part of this until I get this trailer there, which means I won't know. Let's see. At least I can play Fallout 4 Proxy now. All the DLC was in one package. Oh, for 11 pounds. Well, that's cool. Well, Fallout 4 isn't the newest, right? So, yeah. I always play games. They have to be out at least a year before I consider playing them. Most games. Some games, if I'm very familiar with the series and I know I like the series, then I'll possibly play them a little bit earlier than that, but yeah. And then somehow up here, rest of these, yeah, certain games like Dirt Rally 2 I bought the day it came out, pre-ordered it, because I know I love Dirt Rally 1. I knew that it was going to be the same, just with some different region, different locations. So, yeah. But for the most part, I like games that have been out for a while. Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get through up there and through there, but I think I can get up there and through there. And this vehicle can sometimes just go over obstructing rocks. So I'm going to hope I can do that again. And it's got enough power to drag that big thing behind me, although big trailer behind me. So let's see. Okay, there's the map laid out. Let me turn it north. Let me click on something here. If I can unclick from that. There you go. Take your screenshots now. That's how I'm going. I always lay out the waypoints so that people can see where I'm going. It's about 10 years old, so it was a PS4 generation, but I never beat it. Oh, well, good luck beating it. Yeah, I play on my Xbox. They released like Doom, which is 25 years old. I've got Age of Empires 2, which is 25 years old. Those are both PC games. I've got GoldenEye, James Bond GoldenEye, and like Banjo-Kazooie, an entire rave package I have. Those are probably about as old. And they're you know, they're all available. I can get even older Atari games made by Atari, and also all the Atari games made by Activision. So, but I haven't gotten all of them. But I do have Doom and Quake and GoldenEye, and I don't have installed, but I have this entire rave pack, which includes Banjo-Kazooie and some other ones. One I really like is Perfect Dark, which was kind of the spiritual successor to... I see your chat, I just haven't had a chance to read it. Kind of Perfect Dark is a spiritual successor to GoldenEye. They couldn't get another license for, you know, the next James Bond movie, but it's all the same people made it, and graphics, etc. PS5 has a hobby of remaking and reporting games from the past. It's been a bit of a weird generation without any originals. Yeah, most of these, like the Nintendo ones, I mean, they ported them, but they didn't remake them, like, you know, redo the code or graphics or anything. They're exactly the same. Same thing with Doom and Quake. But then, like Age of Empires, which I mentioned, that was all redone. It was redone for the PC a number of years ago, but then it was re-released. That version was made to be multi-platform, and they released Xbox version. They just recently released Age of Empires 2 on the PlayStation. It's not surprising they came out on Xbox first, because it's a Minecraft title, but they did just release it on PS5, I think, only. I'm told that the Activision, old Atari 2600 Activision ports are not really good. The original Atari 2600 games that were published by Atari are supposed to be pretty good. And there's some there that I wouldn't mind playing again. I mean, the Atari 2600 games are crappy, right? Compared to anything, anywhere. But there was a game called Adventure that, excuse me a second. There's a game called Adventure that I mapped out all of the rooms for, because there was a complete maze you had to go through. I mapped out all the rooms for, this is when I was young, teenager, or some age. Mapped them all out on graph paper, and it was a very long, thin, let's make it morning. It was a very long, thin map, and so I actually taped all the pieces of graph paper together and folded them up, or rolled them up into a tube, and then stuck them in like a paper towel tube or something. I had some tube that I carried it around in. I was very proud of that. Yeah, this is not the place to get off of here, is it? Oh, that's where I got on before. Okay. I love that game. Did that just fail to send? Lol, my point is PlayStation 5 has had like 4 original games and the rest has been from the past. Oh, okay. Really? Oh. You like the older games anyway, though, right? I mean, part of the recent trend is that the very recent trend is more cooperation between PlayStation and between Sony and Microsoft on the titles PlayStation and Xbox, which is good to see. But there's more money for both of them. Software is what pays the bills. The hardware, the cost of the hardware is next to nothing compared to what you end up being charged for software. So, you do like all the games, but the reason I buy a place is play new ones as well. Yeah, I have. There's a lot of games out there that I can't play on my old Xbox One, but most of the games that are out are also Xbox One compatible. There aren't a lot yet still that are brand new for the Xbox Series X or whatever they're calling it. Which I appreciate, actually, because that means I don't have to convert everything over to my Xbox Series S. Like, all my streaming stuff is on the Xbox One. Now, I could convert everything over eventually and then just stream the old games from that, but, because I can still play all the old Xbox One games. But this new racing game I'm going to be almost certainly playing, and I will mention this again on my. I forgot to put the thing in chat during the break, but I do have a poll on my YouTube channel on the community page. I have a poll because right now I'm playing, as of the time I'm streaming this, I am playing Grid Legends, and that is coming to an end. So I have a poll on my community page and my YouTube channel. But by the time you're watching this on YouTube, that poll will be long over. This is the last day to vote as of the day I'm streaming. Did you vote on that, Cosbox? Do you have any interest in voting? If you do, if you haven't voted and you do have an interest, I'll paste the URL in the chat. Because this is the last day. Tomorrow, I'm going to start the process of getting the game installed and configured and all the audio levels set and all that stuff. I'm looking over to see if there's another chat. I think I'm caught up on chat. Woohoo! You never vote. It's a anonymous vote, and right now it's pretty one-sided. So you won't upset me either way. It'll just be interesting to see if there's some votes for one title or the other. Go you for not voting. Well, if you're talking actual, politics, go vote. It's important. If you're talking silly polls on the internet, then, whatever. Stand on principles. But other countries, I live in America, other countries do much better jobs about, civic mindedness than we do here, certainly. I would much rather see people vote more, but political discussions are something that I don't get into on my channel. There are 4 things that are off limits on this channel: politics, religion, partisan politics, religion, and then the other 2 things are Coke versus Pepsi and Chevy versus Ford. Those are things I don't get into. Now, I'm pretending that I can make it up here without my winch. Even though I'm dragging this big trailer, I like to pretend. You didn't know this was a fantasy game, did you? I'm so close to being able to make it. I'm not going to make it. I do have a tree right in front of me I can use. Come on, get over to that. Yeah. And there, okay. In fact, I'm thinking about putting in my, I can do a mod list where I have some now that I don't even see when they're filtered out, because they're things that are like auto mod lists. There's things that phrases and words that I have filtered out that I don't even see, because they're phrases that people that are trying to sell me viewers and stuff use. So words like viewers. But I'm thinking about putting other words in, like Coke and Pepsi and Ford and Chevy, so that, but I will be able to see them. And then if people ask, hey, I got, I'll see that somebody said something about Pepsi, and I'll be able to say, I'm sorry, brother, but we don't talk about Coke versus Pepsi here. That's just an example. Pepsi or Coke or Ford or Chevy. Those are things we don't talk about. Okay, is my trailer stuck? I should probably check that before I just sit here and struggle. Oh, wait. That's what was stuck? My parking brake. Well, I've never done that before. I got it now. I'm here. Or was it? Oh, well, that's why I changed it and said partisan politics. It's not, I mean, a game like Civilization isn't really partisan politics. It's a conquest game. If you want to talk, political science or theory of religion or something, but if you're talking partisan religions or partisan politics, those are off subject. Basically, I love everyone. I don't want anyone to, find some excuse to argue. I'm just drifting across the ice. Yeah, Chubb. Good thing you don't talk about your half namesake. Otherwise, you get filtered out. Oh, what? Really? I'm supposed to go there? That way? With this trailer? Okay, you know what this calls for, folks? I think you all know what this calls for. It calls for the photo mode drone once again. Middle of the day, clear skies. Get rid of this stupid vignette. Where is it? Why would I ever want a vignette? Field of view all the way, and aperture all the way down, that I don't have to set a focal point. Okay, I need to find another way across here, because I don't think this is it. Can I get through those trees? I'm not sure. I think I'm supposed to go this way, but that's an icy slope without a lot of trees to go up. Yeah, the road is here, but the road is clearly blocked. And if I was by myself, I could climb up halfway on the rock and get across there. I could probably crawl on that rock and get across. I'm going to see if I can do that. Otherwise, I'm going to go to the right and, whoa! Go to the right and, boy, with this trailer, it's going to be difficult because this is pure ice. And there aren't places to winch to like what I just came across. Yeah, I guess the way... Whoops, wrong thing. Yeah, see, this entire icy way is not acceptable. You see there's no trees there. And it would be all the way through here, and there's rocks there. I could come up here and rejoin that. Okay. See what I can do here. Catch this side of that rock. I might be able to see. Now the thing that's holding me back is the nose of my truck. If I can hit the thing on an angle. Whoops. Let's see if I can get around there. As unlikely as it looks. The rocks. It's the slippery rocks that are the problem. This is a crazy way to go, I admit. I hit the wrong button. Here's that strong tree again. Okay. No, not gonna get up that way. Okay, try over here. Yeah, carrying this big trailer, I'm never gonna get it up through here. Oh, I let go of the accelerator for just 1 second. That's what happened. Ah, sorry for all the clench horns. Oh, I released it instead of used it. Oh, hitting the wrong buttons. That's the thing I do best. That's my true talent in life, hitting the wrong buttons. Okay. Now, this button. Now, let's try again with this other side. Yeah, same tree. This is crazy. This has got to be the wrong idea, right? Yeah, this is crazy. All right, let's see if I can get back down here without killing myself. I don't care if I jackknife at this point. I got nothing on it. Off to walk the dog now. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thanks for stopping by, Chubb. I appreciate it. Oh, my other namesake, Chubby Chase. You've heard of him, right? Okay, what's up this way? Wait, can I go here? I can go this way. Yeah, I can go that way. Get rid of all of these. Entire episode, YouTube episode, Twitch segment is just gonna be me. Yeah, all of these. Let's just. Gonna go up here because that's also terrible. Up here, over to this road, then around here. Okay, 44 minutes. Will I get there in the next 5-10 minutes? We will see. I'm not confident, but we will see. Yeah, through those rocks is a mistake. I don't know why I didn't notice this way before. Well, see, there's more trees this way than it's showing on the map. Yeah, it's showing that that's a path to a road. Right. Okay. Yeah, this is the road. There's a little path here. Okay. And I know when I get to these airplane parts, they're going to have to be taken back. Right past the same area. This is one of the major regional objectives, so where am I going from here? Left across the I didn't bring enough soda with me for all this. I've got a spare bottle of water next to me. Might have to break that out. Okay, I'm going up over this slope now, right? I will say this is not a way for the current truck that can have the metal detector to go. I could probably manage it because it can handle, it's got half ice tires on it. It'll get bogged down in the snow, but it'll be able to go up the icy slope. If I actually need the metal detector, I will go in my garage and look at the new vehicles that I just got in the latest DLC and see if any of those will work. Which would mean actually adding a new car to my fleet, which would be the first time in 300 episodes. But I'm opening to adding cars to my fleet. I'm not opening to adding them to my thumbnail. But I've got purple reserved as a color in case I need a new vehicle. I like purple, it's my second favorite color. Green, purple, then either orange or blue, depending on. I don't like the way blue goes with purple or green or purple. So if I'm going to use green or purple, then I use orange as a secondary color. If that's a primary color, blue would be my third favorite. See, I think I've had a long time. I've had a long life to think these things out. Earlier, I was talking about my favorite two-digit number. Now I'm talking about my favorite colors. What other dumb questions that people ask on Q&As can I answer? Okay. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Got it, stage complete. Okay, now, this is very important. One, I'm getting low on fuel, so I might need to get another vehicle over here anyway. I do have like 60 gallons with me, so. It's this one, right? This one. And yes, it shows me where they are so I can mark them. Okay, I do not need the metal detector. Okay. That's going to be interesting. I'm not going to do them in that order. But I'm not going to be able to get those with my small crane either. I will need a truck with a big crane. So I am going to need to get the other vehicle over here because my little crane will not be able to drag that out of the water. And my little crane will not be able to reach up there and grab that. And I could drive along here. That's the only one I could probably pick up with my little crane. And then where do they have to go? Back to the airport. Okay. There was an easy way to get up here, which there isn't. I could go through the other garage, but there's no easy way of getting up here. Yeah. That's basically the same way. Yeah, the only way to get from the garage is to come through here, and then I can come up. I can't come up here to there, but I can come up here to here. Oh, but this is a terrible path, and it's blocked. No, it'd be coming from the same direction that I'm coming here, basically. Come up here, learn my lesson though about coming across here. The other option, which I think now is the better option, is to come from this garage here, come around here, and then meet over here. So I can grab that thing, I can grab that thing, I can go up here. Okay, but I do have to carry them to this trailer somewhere. Ideally, I would pick them up and then put them in the trailer, but I'm gonna have to do that one at a time anyway. Well, that's something to figure out in the next episode. So, if you're watching on Twitch, stick around. All this madness will be started in just a few minutes. If you're watching on YouTube, though, that's going to be it for this YouTube episode. The next YouTube episode will be the next weekday. Weekday at noon. Weekday at noon. I always get the times wrong because they play so many different games. I release 13 YouTube episodes a week. It's a lot. Believe me, it's a lot. The next YouTube episode for SnowRunner will be the next weekday at noon U.S. Central Time, which is 6 p.m. 1800 hours in the UK, and 0600 hours the next day in New Zealand. Your local times may vary. Either way, Twitch, stick around. I'll be right back. YouTube, next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you then.